Welcome to the Interview Podcast, the voice of Inter-CT. Welcome back for another edition of the Interview Podcast. It's Leon Othen here, and I've got Tom Robinson again. Hi, Tom.
Hey, how are we doing, everybody? Leon, can't believe we're actually doing this one from a different location, and we are outside in Milford, currently watching one of your goalkeeper camps. So good for a different location and see how many kids we've got here.
Yeah, it's one of the things about Inter is we do like a lot of goalkeeping. We've got a lot of goalkeeping coaches on staff, and we always try and do this goalkeeper camp. It's a week of my birthday, actually. It's a nice little celebration, and it's good to service the Milford branch as well. But moving on, how's this week gone with you with camps?
Yeah, good. Down in Norwalk, we've got the two camps we were talking about in the last episode. We've got our boys sports performance youth boot camp, which is great. You know, small group. They're working very technically on the field, and that they do an hour with Coach Andy in the gym. And then, like we mentioned as well, like one of my favourite ones, we have our football for all. We've got about 25 kids on there, just all giving back and helping, us put money towards tuition and other things to help players to be ready for the fall season. So yeah, two good camps, two good numbers. And also just to touch on this camp, I came down here this morning, and there's nothing better than me showing up here and seeing actually two of our current goalkeepers in our high school program actually helping out and kind of giving back as well with their time. You've got Jared Buckman and we've got Coach Matthew as well giving back with their time. I remember when they were both in my program down in Norwalk when they first started with us. I think Jared was probably starting 9v9, and then Matt came in the end of 9v9. So the boys have been with us a long time, and to see them out here now, it's great.
Yeah, these boys have been great, and just a continuation really from the youth mentor program that will be done. And we had about 12 players, high school players, in the spring.
Got 3 on camp as well.
And we got 3 on camp now that they learn a little bit about the coaching through good and bad. 7 different topics, from the qualities of a good coach to how to adapt the practice to actually what to coach, learning that there's no such thing as unlucky.
Yep.
Dealing with different scenarios, communication techniques, how to praise players, etc., etc. So, both Matthew and Jared, they missed that in the spring, but they were kind of being fast-tracked with regards to the goalkeepers here. With that, it was great to see the Larson twins put everything that they put into practice into coaching.
Yeah, from what they learned on their trip as well, right?
In Malawi, yeah.
No, they've been great. They were great to get down. They actually said to me on Monday, Coach, can we be a little bit more involved? So we tweaked our staffing a little bit and made sure that they're coming down and leading groups. And we've also got Michael Scotto there, who's also been heavily involved in the youth coach program. So to actually have them in Norwalk kind of leading the sessions, and then just our coaches offering feedback and making sure they're hitting the core competencies that we need them to do it's great. And it's just another thing that we offer at the club, which is really special for our kids that are looking to give back and teach and help the next generation of players.
It's something dear to my heart, and I think I spoke about it in the past. This February I went to Alabama because my high school teacher at that time he went over to America. He got the job at University of Alabama, Birmingham, and did 2 years there. And although the money wasn't great, and it's a big football area, football as in American football, to do the soccer was great for him. And of course, money wasn't great, but he had the opportunity to do camps. And for me, being a 16, 17-year-old, I was cheap labor.
Mm-hmm.
And he said, hey, Leon, and I was a young, I would say, introvert person. I still am introvert, but he said, Leon, we'll pay for your flight and come and coach some of these kids in America. And the rest is history.
Yeah.
But I actually went back. It was a 30-year reunion, and close to my heart now, because I was mentored by this young man. This teacher, that I'm now involved in the game and really keen for us. We got love the game, love to learn, love to compete, and now the last one, love to give back. And although they're giving back, they're also learning as well.
Yeah, no,
resumes and
no, it's all good. I was laughing then in the background when Leon was telling his stories. I had a very similar one, except for Leon obviously got to go to Alabama and someone paid for his flight to fly halfway around the world to go coach. I had a similar one where someone paid for my bus fare in Bolton to go and do a similar thing. And I'd never been to Alabama, but I know it's nicer than Bolton. So, and that's how I started. I started coaching at their age. I left school at 16, started coaching, but I'd already been doing it since I was 14 and 15, and that was my progression into the game. So, the more hours you can put in there, you can only learn so much from a textbook, you know what I mean, or what you see online. So to get them hands-on coaching and then feedback straight away, it's really good. And it also, looking around, it's great to see these kids wanting to do it as well instead of just, doing nothing during the summer.
So with all that said, and this wasn't even on the script, was it? It's if we got youth, if there's any 16-year-olds, 17-year-olds maybe injured at high school, or maybe you find yourself with a bit of time after high school, we are having the fall youth coach program. The good thing about that, you put in a certain amount of hours. You do get paid if you do 2 hours during the week and you do weekend work. You do get paid a little bit there. And these guys that have been working in the summer, that is now credit towards their tuition. Yeah. So mum and dad will be happy as well.
Get you out of the house and get the tuition down.
Perfect. All right. It's that time of the summer as well now where we, especially with some of the summer programs that we got, where we're heading off to Pennsylvania, somewhere that you know quite well.
Yeah, I was there last year down at the Hershey Cup, and it was actually our first ever kind of USL pre-academy event that we'd brought everyone together. And this year is really exciting because not only do we have the AC Connecticut guys coming and helping us, and obviously our current players, we've also got a few of the union players involved, and we're hoping the more they get used to the inter-CT lifestyle, that the more we can get those players involved as well. So we've got 4 teams heading out. We've got our 7v7 team, so the U10s, our 9v9 team, the U12s, and then at 11v11 we go 1 team per age group, so the U13s and the U14s are down there as well. So it'll be a fun little kind of get together over the summer, and then that allows us then to start basing our rosters and our practice groups for September and as we progress through the fall season with them. So it's a good fun little tournament to get people going, and also getting to know people from different branches or clubs as in AC Connecticut as well.
How did they do last year? It was the first time last year, right?
Yeah, last year we did really well. We had 2 teams win it. Our U10 team won it, so that would have been our 13s and 14s. Our Coach Aaron's high school group won it. So that was made up of 2008s and a few 2007s. The 2010s, 2009s lost in the semi-final, and the 9v9 team, so the U12, missed out on the playoffs through goal difference. So it was overall, considering that was the first time we ever did anything, they did really well down in that competition. And it was, as soon as we got back, we started having families reach out for, are we doing this again next year? And here we are, getting ready to head off to Pennsylvania tomorrow. Nice.
I've got to mention as well, we although it's not combined with AC, we do have our girls Summer Select, and Coach Ashley's put a great group together. I coached them on Tuesday, 2010s and the 2013s as well. Yeah. So they're going to be representing purely Inter this year as well, which is pleasing to see. So we'll be full. And I know we got a couple of girls here on camp that go in and go, we're going to go to the park. We're going to go. Yeah. So it is part of creating experiences as well.
No, definitely. It's a great place to be. Lots for the kids to do, lots for the families to do. And the way they do the schedule there, it's usually you have 2 morning games or 2 afternoon games. So there is quite a bit of downtime to get to those extra things if you want to go do that.
Perfect. So Monday brings in, is it week 8 of the summer? Can you believe it?
Yeah, I feel so, yeah. It's crazy time. But yeah, next week's one of my favourite ones. With our partnership, when we moved the uniform dealership over to Nike, they give us lots of goodies and a good amount of credit that we can use to kind of give back to the players on camp. So in Norwalk, we have the Nike Skills Camp. it's a little bit more laid back. It's not obviously high intensity, because what we are doing is putting them through skill challenges. Who's the best juggler? Who's the best one-on-one player? Who's the best at control? And it's a little bit more, slower pace, but every day we have giveaways. So once I've finished here today with Coach Leon, I'm actually going to head down to soccer and rugby and start looking at some of the prizes that we can do that are all Nike-based. So we've done water bottles, shin guards, soccer balls, and then as we kind of get towards the end of the week, what we do is we ask the coaches to pick the most skillful player or the person who's won the most competitions, and then I take them back to soccer and rugby and we get them a new pair of Nike cleats for the season. So the first year we only had one group and we just took one player. Well, last year we had so many kids on camp that we had two groups, so we had two winners last year. So still plenty of time to sign up. I'll send out an email reminder to everybody this evening, but if you want to get on it earlier, and you have a direct link in your Sports Engine chat, which you can see there. But I also believe, Leon, the Union guys are back on the field right now that we've got Coach Stephen back with us. He's back from being in the UK and he's ready to get back on the field, right?
Yeah, this will be our third camp here in Milford, and it's always a good one now because people are starting to think about the season ahead.
Correct.
So I know he's expecting 30 or 40 kids here in Milford, and it's a great opportunity for the Union branches to get together, Shelton and Milford, and do a 9 till 12 camp. We've got all the coaches that are going to be working in the Milford Shelton program here as well, so it'll be a good opportunity to meet some coaches. There's Angela there yelling away.
That's a good attribute for a goalkeeper, though, right?
Yes.
Communication.
We'll see if we can have an interview with her. She does know all the answers here to, I ask the questions and she knows all the answers. So great that she retains it. But I digress. But no, we got the camps, and I don't know if you're aware of this, but we've got some special T-shirts for the Nike. Nike've given us some T-shirts for camp ones. A nice teal colour, which I know has been a fan favorite. Yeah. So no, great that we got that coming next week. And then just so people can plan, the week after is pre-season camp, right?
Can't believe it, right? It's that's how we mark the start of the season. So it's crazy to think it's here already, but yeah, pre-season's here. And like we mentioned on briefly in one of the other episodes, it is a 2-part camp. So, and the reason we do that is so we can try and get your coaches to your sessions and to kind of keep the numbers more manageable. I think we touched on it where, if Coach Anthony's your coach, instead of him trying to coach 80 kids at the same time, if everyone shows up, we can split it over a morning and evening camp. If you can't make your set age group, just drop me an email and we can work on getting you into the right one. But as we've done with the last few years since we've been into Connecticut, we have actually added in a jamboree aspect. So what you'll do is you'll do your pre-season camp, you'll get your 15 hours of coaching during the week, and then on Saturday the girls will go in, but on Sunday we've got the boys, and we're going to make use of the Union facilities while All Saints is being done up, and put the new turf in. And make sure you check out our YouTube for weekly updates between myself and Leon. We're down there quite a lot updating you guys. So yeah, the following weekend we're going to be on the field doing a jamboree. It's nothing too serious. We're going to use it for a little bit of player identification on the boys and girls side, but also just get used to trying out some new formations and positions. There's nothing better than doing it in-house against our own teams, because we can stop a game if we want to and really emphasize the point if we're not playing it from the back the right way or our press isn't correct. When we're playing against our own club, we can step in, where if we was playing against a different club, it's not really the right coaching etiquette to do that. So that's why we're going down this route, and it also just shows the growth that we've had to be able to have all of our teams play games against each other.
Yeah, no, I'm looking forward to that jamboree, and actually we've upset a few people because we're not doing their jamboree anymore. But I think it would be great, and it's great for everyone to see the growth. Everyone wearing inter stuff. It'll be an inter tournament. An inter-branch inter-tournament. But the jamboree should be a good one. But I think that one wraps up here. Just as we talk, we have Jared Buckman,
special guest,
has come off the field. This is for the interview podcast. We're just singing your praises, actually, about coming in and coaching some of the younger ones. How have you found that experience?
I think it's a great experience for me, especially just being a leader. Helps with on the field as well. As a goalie, it's a big part of communication, being able to also help coach the younger ones to be as good as me.
It's a big ask. It's a big pressure.
It's tough. They're going to need a lot of work, but I think they can do it.
And you're a ski instructor as well, is that right?
Indeed, yes.
How are you finding the difference between educating on the slopes and on the turf?
I think this is a little nicer, a little easier. The slopes, the 4-year-olds there might not listen to me as much as these guys. So it's very nice. It's also
Good.
soccer.
You don't have any fear of anyone falling off a mountain here, though, right?
Exactly. A little less liable here.
All right. Well, Jared, best of luck for your season. I know that starts up soon, your high school season, and appreciate everything you do.
Thank you, Coach.
Well, just to finish off the interview podcast here, very lucky that I've brought in 2 of my superstar goalkeepers from camp. Both are inter-CT goalkeepers. We have Angela here from the 2013s in Norwalk, and we have Jordan here with the 2011s at Inter-CT Union. Previously was just in the Milford program, but they've joined together and he's retained his spot. Angela and Jordan, just real quick, how's camp been so far?
Really great.
Yeah, really good. I
Good.
like it.
Good. It is good to just have goalkeepers as well, isn't it?
Yeah.
Without that riff-raff outfield players spoiling our goalkeeper needs. So, Andrea, tell me something that you've learned on camp in the last, what day is it? Thursday today. So let me know what you've learned in the last few days.
The front smother,
Oh, okay.
I didn't know that. Well, I think I did, but I didn't really know how to do it. I've seen it, but I've never really known how to do it. And
So your front smother is like something that you like, especially when it was raining as well, right? We played in the pouring rain on Monday. What about you, Jordan?
We did the blocking, which that was new to me. I haven't done that before.
So it is good that goalkeepers are learning something new. Now, although you learned something new, Angela, what was the most fun part so far?
probably doing like the games at the end of it instead of just like, it was kind of a work because you were practicing like your goalie skills, but it was more like a game at the end instead of just getting shot on, which is fun in general, but it's still kind of boring. So it was really fun doing that at the end.
Oh, it's always important that goalkeepers, that we're playing a game as well, right? Interesting if I'm getting shot on is boring, but you do like the games. It's more fun, right? Competitive. What about you, Jordan? I know you've learned about the blocking. What's been your most fun thing? Was it yesterday with...
It was probably when we did keeper wars at the end. That was the funnest part about it.
We've still got a bit more of that to come on Friday, along with the imperfect weld. Do you know what the imperfect weld is in goalkeeping? No, the imperfect weld is what we do on Friday. It's where the goalkeeper isn't in the perfect position. They're out of position, or there's a deflection and a bounce, or you see the ball late. But Jordan, just before I let you go, because I know it's coming up to your turn on the session, what are you looking forward to most on the season? Who's your coaches, by the way?
Coach Steven and Coach Pedro.
And what are you looking forward to this year? You're kind of big boy soccer now, right? 2011s.
I'm looking forward to just like winning games and getting good on the big goals.
Of course, you got the big goals this year, right?
Yeah.
That's great. And what about you, Angela? Not only have you got the new season ahead, but you've got the Hershey Tournament this weekend.
Yeah. So I'm looking forward to the Hershey Tournament because in Rhode Island we didn't really win our games. So I'm really hoping we can win because last year my brother won the Hershey Tournament for his age group.
But what you talked to me about going to some kind of park. What's this park you speak of?
Oh, Hershey Park. It's connected to Hershey, and it's a amusement park where there's water slides and roller coasters, and there's a ton of stuff, and it isn't just for like giant roller coasters or like baby ones. It has everything like for older and younger kids.
Oh, the baby ones are perfect for me. That's good. But just before I let you go, I see you're both wearing gloves here. A little plug for my L1 goalkeeper gloves. All inter goalkeepers get a free pair of gloves, or they got a free pair on camp, but they do get a free pair for the season. You happy with your gloves, guys?
Yeah, they're really comfortable.
Yeah, they have a lot of padding, which I like.
Perfect. All right, guys, I'm going to let you get back to your session. Thank you for your time today, and good luck for the season.